Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting Show. Two more games here on Tuesday night, conference semifinals. And both of these, we're going to be looking at the Eastern Conference game here, the Pacers and the Cavs to kick things off. We've also got an episode up with the Dubs and the Timberwolves kicking off game one in that series. So definitely make sure to sub to that channel. Continue to follow along, bringing you insights, matchup data, everything you need to get your bets down, make the best plays possible for yourselves here. Doing that throughout the rest of these playoffs. Pretty good day on Monday. Would have been great, except for the Knicks one, which I'm sort of happy about, but I kind of would rather get my money, let's be honest. So a couple money line bets with some stuff that would have been really nice plus money. Missed out on those value bets, but we're going to look to keep it going here. Got the code for you, Davey, on if you do want to jump in. So definitely use that, but go ahead and give this video a like, and let's jump into everything we've got for game two here for the Pacers and Cavs. What a game one we did have there. And now you thought they had problems without Garland in game one. Cavs might be looking at no Garland, maybe no Mobley, maybe no DeAndre Hunter as well. And I mean, all three of those guys are legit questionable. I personally look at it and think Mobley has the best opportunity to come back. His is a rolled ankle. Doesn't seem like it's quite sprained. So I think you could probably give him a little something to keep him going in that one. Brace it up real nice and tight. He'll be fine. Hunter's got a thumb, so I don't know if he's gonna be able to really do as much with it, but if he's got that covered and is good to go, then he should be in there as well. But I think he and Garland are pretty 50-50. I think Mobley's probably about 70-30. We'll see. We definitely got to wait for some bets on the Cavs, although there's a couple of things I want to look at with you guys that I think we can still get down before we know exactly what's going down with DeAndre Hunter and the other two. But Cleveland in game one won the points in the paint by a lot, almost doubled them up with 32 more points in the paint than the Pacers had. Here's where the Pacers won. They won the three-point battle, 19-9 plus 30 there. So really everything else was just they made a few more mid-ranges. They made a few more floaters from outside the paint. Really, it was just that the Cavs shot a horrible percentage from everywhere. But no matter what, we know if there is no DG, the PG, no Darius Garland, Ty Jerome is an absolute monster. We're going to look at him here in just a second. As we look at these matchups here with the Pacers on offense to start, I've got Garland and Mobley in there with asterisks next to them because they are questionable. So we'll see if they make it in. It's not going to change much though. Like we're going to have Strus on Hallie. Garland would be on Nembhard. If he's not starting for like Sam Merrill, then Sam Merrill is on Nembhard, which is awesome for us who like to bet on Nembhard. Donnie Mitchell looking at Nesmith. Maybe he comes onto Nembhard a little bit, and for the most part, like it's going to be this matchup though. Mobley, Siakam, and then I don't know who's coming in for Mobley in this situation. We'll have to see. I would imagine they'd love it to be DeAndre Hunter, to have another shooter and guy that they feel comfortable moving the ball. I know they like him coming off the bench, but they're running out of options there. And then at the end, we've got Allen and Turner. So Mobley's huge. They cannot afford to lose Mobley, especially if they don't have Garland. But even if they have Garland and they don't have Mobley, Siakam's about to turn into a problem for them. On the other side of the ball, putting Garland still in and Mobley, this is how they would like to line up. Nembhard on Garland, Nesmith on Mitchell. Those guys remain pretty switchable on both sides, but they do like Nembhard on Garland a little bit more because you've got the size for Nesmith. Donnie can't bully him to the bucket quite the way he can bully Nembhard. Either way, you're going to have Hallie on Strus, Siakam on whoever they put out there at power forward, and then Miles and Jay Allen end up being a good matchup. A lot of smart folks in the VIP mentioning how Allen is not a good good play for overboards, a good play for underboards, though, in this series when Miles Turner pulls him from the basket. Hard for him to get rebound chances against the Pacers. Even though the Pacers are terrible at limiting center rebounds, this is one matchup that it doesn't work out quite as well for Jared Allen. As always, going to be using Props Madness on the show as we jump into these player props. If you do want to get in on this platform, #1 sports betting research tool for all things player props in hoops betting, really because you can just really save your time here. A really efficient way to just find everything you need in one spot. But use code LYB if you do want to sign up. That'll get you 25% off your first month. You can also use that to get 7 free days. See if you like it out, try it for yourself, and if it helps you with your bets as much as it's been helping me. Let's talk about Donnie first because he had an awesome game and he did exactly what we thought he would do. I say he had an awesome game. Couldn't really do much at one point from three. That really hurt him, but then he started attacking, stopped going 1 for 11 from deep, which is a big reason why they lost and a big reason why they shot 23% from three. But overall, like he's going to keep taking that many shots. He took 30 of them. He got to the line 9 times. I think he can do it even better than that. I think he should have driven to the hoop a lot more. This team's horrible defending the paint in terms of the Pacers. So I think he'll keep doing that. Plus, we know they don't double. So that's a big reason why we keep liking him on the points. I'll probably be going back to 30 plus if Darius is out once again in this one. But we continue to like the under on the dimes. And I think I'm going to take this at 5.5 because I like it with Darius Garland playing. And I know it's probably going to go up to 6.5 when if Darius Garland is ruled out. and I'll take an under then too, but he doesn't get assists. Like he's not a 6 assist a game guy, right? How many times did he get 6 assists on the season as a whole? Let's give him 76 games that he played, went over 38% of the time, right? And this Pacers defense has become back to what it was last season, which is one of the best defenses at limiting assists. We talked about that on the live show when we went through the first game of bets here for this team. Had some really nice hits, including under on the 5.5 assists. You look at him head to head versus this team. He's now played 3 games, 8 potentials this last one, 8 and 8. So all 3 games, 8 potential assists, averaging 2.7. Right. And it's just, he's just not a 6 assist a game guy. Even if you look at all the games he's played this season without Darius Garland, still not hitting 6 assists very often. 2 out of 8, 4.1 per game in a situation where he's playing a team that's very good limiting them. I'm happy to take this and also parlay it with that points over for him, because we get that negative correlation, which gives us a nice increase in our odds. Ty Jerome currently has numbers that indicate Darius Garland's not playing. 14.5 is a lot for a guy coming off the bench who averaged 13 on the season for sure. But overall, like 14.5 is more than that. And it's not something I think we would see if Darius Garland was in. 29 minutes in this last game, it still feels low for Ty Jerome when we consider how good he's looked when Darius Garland is out. Let's go ahead and pull that up real quick. No Darius Garland on the season for him, looking at 20.6 points per game. And his points and assists are at 19.5, averaging 26 points and assists combined. Let's do this. Make sure that we have all the games he played with Donnie, because there was like a game or 2 without him. Still just as good. 25.6 on the PA. On the assists, he's up to 5.5. I think the points are a bit better here against the Pacers, but in this last game, if you look at his assists against them, he had 8 on 6 potentials. The 8 makes you feel really good about it, but that is a part of what I'm scared of here as I'm thinking and talking about it, is 8 assists, 6 potential assists. Not a great percentage there, right? We don't want to bank on him getting more assists than he actually had potentials with a friendly scorekeeper, by the way. That's probably what that's about. So yeah, either way, like this is kind of telling me that the books don't think Garland is in, or they just think that Ty Jerome is going to have a really big game, even if Darius plays. But with Darius on the season, right, if we look at the minutes for him, let's put him in there with all the games that Donnie and Darius both played. In these situations, he's at 21.8 points per game. Actually, is this for the whole graph? Yeah, so it's about 20 points per 20 minutes. I'm saying points. He's at about 19, 20 minutes per game when he's playing with both these guys. So I don't know if we can get him to 29 minutes again. He might not need 29, but let's do it this way. If we put him in the games where he's played with these guys and he's played 20 to 24 minutes, right? What are his numbers in these situations? Down to 12 points per game, down to 3.3 assists per game. So when he's playing with these guys, those are the minutes he's been getting. If DeAndre Hunter's out, maybe he gets a few more even, but it's tough to like really guarantee Ty Jerome high minutes. So we got to wait to see if Darius plays or not. If he doesn't, I mean, it's going to be really hard to keep me from going over on some Ty Jerome props. You already know what time it is when we talk about Andrew Nembhard. So let's just get right to it real quick. Bet on him, but please stop telling people about it. Like, this is the first time I feel like after this last game, Nembhard goes for 23, which I believe leads the team, right, in that game. I'm trying to make sure. I don't think Hallie had 23. Yeah, he had 22, and then I know Pascal didn't do it in this last game. He had 17. So Nembhard led the team. That caught the attention of national media. He also had the assists, 6 on 12 potentials. Like, I think playoff Nembhard has finally come into the limelight here, which sucks for those of us who have been getting really great numbers on his points props, going up to 15 plus on the alt line, all that stuff. But I'm going right back to it. Just don't tell nobody. Just keep it to yourself. Just let them know that when by betting on it, that when Andrew Nembhard gets into the playoffs, he's a different beast. 16 a game so far this season in the postseason, last year in the playoffs. And these are all with Tyrese Halliburton, right? 13 a game last year as well in the postseason, going over the 12.5 really consistently. Like, he's just basically this is on the playoffs, basically just a 15 points per game guy in the offs. So we got to keep going back to it. He's going to keep getting those easy matchups, like we said too. It's just Darius is their worst perimeter defender. He would be on Nembhard. Sam Merrill would be it when he's out there. He'll be on Nembhard. So we're looking really good here for continuing to be able to back our boy. And even if he doesn't get it in this next game, it's not going to stop us from betting on him in the next game. 2 guys here that I just think are too low, and I'll probably keep going back to if they get these numbers. And if they go over again in this next game, then I probably won't get these numbers anymore. But Benedict Mathurin, and TJ McConnell, I mean, these numbers are just low for 2 guys averaging way better than these numbers in the playoffs. We know they're going to go to their bench a ton. I don't think the Cavs are going to win by I'm taking the Pacers to cover 9-10 points in this game, whatever you can get the spread at. And I don't think there's going to be blowout, but if you do believe that the Cavs are going to get blown out or going to blow out the Pacers this time for whatever reason, whatever tells you that, maybe you think they're going to get more threes to go in this game, what have you, I don't know. But let's say you do think that. Well, if there's a blowout, then Benny Matz and TJ McConnell will be two people that will benefit from that. And either way, these numbers are just low for them because I think what's happening here is the books are thinking, well, playoff minutes and rotations tighten up. We're going to see a lot more of the starters and a lot less of the backups. That's never been the case with the Pacers. They played Pally like 36, 38 minutes in the playoffs, and they still play other guys like who am I looking at? Benny Matz and Benny Matz for sure 20, 23 minutes in that range. TJ probably about 15 to 20. That's all he needs to get his points on the season. So I'm going to be looking at overs for both of those guys on the points. All right, I'd love to go through more stuff for the Cavs, but there's just 3 key players that are currently questionable for them, so we don't have as much to go over there. Not going to be able to have a live show tomorrow on Tuesday, but hoping to be back on Wednesday with that. So hope to see y'all there. Go ahead and like and subscribe before you dip out. Until I see y'all next. Happy betting.